Red Dead Redemption 3 feels inevitable at this point, and surprisingly, that confirmation didn't come from leaks or rumors, it came straight from the creator himself. When you look at all the signs, the future of Red Dead Redemption is undeniably positive. However, there's one major problem that fans can't ignore. Red Dead Redemption 3 will most likely be made without Dan Houser, the man who created the stories of Arthur Morgan and John Marston. And for many fans, that changes everything. Recently, during an appearance on the Lex Fridman podcast, Dan Houser finally addressed the elephant in the room, the future of Red Dead Redemption. This moment was huge because Houser is not just another developer, he is the co-founder of Rockstar Games and the lead writer behind both Red Dead Redemption titles. Naturally, fans were hoping for one thing, an enthusiastic confirmation of Red Dead Redemption 3. And while Houser did confirm that a third game will eventually happen, his feelings about it were far more complicated than many people expected. Houser explained that in his eyes, the first two Red Dead Redemption games form a complete and cohesive game story arc. The original Red Dead Redemption tells the tragic downfall of the Van der Linde gang through the eyes of John Marston. Red Dead Redemption 2 then expands on that tragedy by showing the same downfall from Arthur Morgan's perspective. To Dan Houser, that story is finished. He believes the emotional journey of those characters has already reached its natural conclusion. The idea of someone else continuing that story, especially without him, feels deeply personal and, in his own words, kind of sad. Houser even said that it would be sadder if someone else continued Red Dead Redemption because it was always meant to be a tightly connected game arc. And honestly, it's hard to disagree. Dan Houser poured everything he had into these games. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just one of the best games ever made, it's one of the greatest story-driven experiences in gaming history. The writing, the characters, the pacing, and the emotional weight are on a level that very few games have ever reached. For me personally, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best story-driven game I've ever played in my life, and I truly believe that no one can replicate the kind of narrative depth and emotional impact that Dan Houser delivered. That's why it feels bittersweet knowing that Red Dead Redemption 3 will likely be developed without him. So, what does that mean for the future of the series? Realistically, Red Dead Redemption 3 will almost certainly tell a brand new story with brand new characters. Rockstar is very unlikely to continue Arthur Morgan or John Marston's story directly. Their journeys are over, and revisiting them could risk damaging what made their stories so powerful in the first place. Instead, Red Dead Redemption 3 could take one of two directions. It could be a sequel set further into the 20th century, showing the final death of the Wild West as civilization fully takes over. Or it could be a prequel set even earlier than Red Dead Redemption 2, exploring a different outlaw era entirely. Either way, fans should expect something new. New protagonists, new conflicts, and a new emotional core. Now, let's talk about the timeline. Red Dead Redemption 3 is still years away from release. Rockstar is fully focused on GTA 6 right now, and that game alone is one of the most ambitious projects in gaming history. But the good news is that Red Dead Redemption 3 will benefit massively from the technology Rockstar is developing today, and this is where things get really exciting. Thanks to the massive GTA 6 leaks over the past few years, we've learned a lot about Rockstar's next generation Rage engine, the same engine that will eventually power Red Dead Redemption 3. This technology simply did not exist when Red Dead Redemption 2 was made. Rockstar's recent patent filings, especially those connected to GTA 6, reveal AI systems that could fundamentally change how open world games work. One of the biggest breakthroughs is Rockstar's persistent simulation technology. This system allows NPCs to have their own intentions, memories, and goals that exist independently of the player. Instead of NPCs following scripted paths or repeating the same behaviors, they will make decisions based on context. They will remember what you do. They will react to your past actions, and they will change over time. In a Red Dead Redemption game, this could be absolutely revolutionary. Imagine towns that genuinely remember your crimes, lawmen who recognize you even weeks later, rival gangs that adapt their tactics based on how you play the game. If you rely on ambushes, they start expecting ambushes. If you're aggressive, they respond with greater force. The world wouldn't just feel populated, it would feel alive. Another major advancement involves navigation AI. Rockstar is developing systems that allow hundreds of NPCs to move naturally at the same time without hurting performance. Using hierarchical pathfinding, crowds can flow realistically through complex environments. Imagine riding into a massive bustling city set in the early 1900s or 1920s. The streets are packed. People part naturally as your horse moves through. Every NPC has a destination of purpose and a reaction to your presence. Or picture a saloon brawl where every single participant reacts dynamically instead of playing pre-scripted animations. Chairs break differently every time. NPCs adapt to the chaos. No two fights play out the same way. This level of realism would take Red Dead Redemption to an entirely new level. With all of these leaks, patents, and technological advancements, one thing is clear: Red Dead Redemption 3 will be revolutionary for gaming. There's no doubt about it. The only real question is whether Rockstar can deliver the same emotional storytelling magic without Danhauser. That's the biggest unknown. The technology will be there, the budget will be there, the ambition will definitely be there, but the heart of Red Dead Redemption has always been its writing. Still, even with that uncertainty, the future looks incredibly exciting. A new Red Dead Redemption, powered by next-gen AI, deeper immersion, and a living, breathing world, has the potential to redefine open-world storytelling once again. Now I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about Red Dead Redemption 3 being made without Danhauser? Do you want a sequel, a prequel, or a completely new story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe for more gaming news and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.